Another tragedy in Brooklyn. A student struck and killed on his way to school this morning. This is the second child to die after being hit while crossing the street in Brooklyn. Nate Rodgers spoke to witnesses and a community activist.
Bill, it's completely heartbreaking. In fact, today's crash occurred just 2 blocks away from the intersection where 10-year-old Patience Albert was struck and killed by a school bus on Tuesday. The deadly accident around 8:30 this morning happened right in front of Thomas Jefferson High School in Brownsville. Police say 7-year-old Payson Lott and his mother were struck while crossing the street at Pennsylvania and Blake Avenues.
The boy was on the ground, and then the ambulance was trying to revive him, but they couldn't, so then they took him back. The ambulance was right here, right in this deli grocery store, and then they put him right there.
Police say a 48-year-old woman driving a Jeep Cherokee made a right turn onto Pennsylvania Avenue before hitting the mother and son. Payson was taken to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. His mother suffered injuries to the head and is now in stable condition.
The traffic is dangerous, they moving so fast, they don't even care about nothing. It's just moving so fast from over there. I can't even go across the street.
Now, in December, we told you about the city's plan to increase safety measures. That after 215 pedestrians were struck and killed last year alone. Regarding today's crash, although we witnessed crossing guards directing traffic after school, students and community leaders say the guards are not around in the morning. Keep in mind, there are at least 3 schools in the area.
What I would like to ask the city is, why do we have to wait for this young kid to get killed for you to put crossing guards out here now when the kids are getting out of school instead of when they was coming to school?
Now, police tell us charges against the driver are pending. Community leaders are expected to return to the area tomorrow for a rally surrounding dangerous driving and public safety. In New York, I'm Nate Rodgers for Chasing News.
Thank you, Nate. Just a few days ago, a 10-year-old girl struck and killed by a school bus. New data from the Governor's Highway Safety Association says there were 6,590 pedestrian deaths in the United States in 2019. That's a 5% increase over 2018. All right, let's bring back tonight's A-plus panel, social commentator Lisa Durden and attorney and publisher of the Save Jersey blog, Matt Rooney. Matt, I'll start with you on this.
Sure.
Things are getting worse, and I wonder if it's partly because we've got laws that protect pedestrians in the crosswalk, and is there a false sense of security? The white lines aren't going to protect you.
You've nailed it, Bill. The sense of entitlement that pervades our society these days also, unfortunately, is exhibited by a lot of pedestrians. We've all seen it driving through a city, through a suburb, people wandering in and out of roads, looking at their cell phones, just expecting that these 1, 2, multiple-ton vehicles are just going to stop for them on a dime. That's not how life works. That's not how physics works.
So to that point, Lisa, you talk about a 10-year-old girl, 7-year-old boy. This is horrific for the families, for the parents. But at what point are we going to say, look, it's no joke. You got to hold your kid. This is not.
Right.
It's not a playland out on the streets.
There's an addiction going on. Everybody's addicted to their phone, the pedestrian and the driver. So what I try to do as a driver of a tonnage is, hello Siri, call Daphne, my sister. Just use Siri, she's right there.
We did a story yesterday, Jane Burnett showed that this study out in California, only 28% of drivers in this one study, it's limited, stopped and yielded to pedestrians. That means 72% of the drivers were not yielding. So are we missing something in driver's school to do better instruction on how to handle your car on the road and coexist with pedestrians?
Well, let's also remember, you're supposed to, in an ideal circumstance, go to a crosswalk, because the crosswalk is marked and it's easily identifiable. You can presumably see the pedestrian coming. The sense of entitlement that's creeped into our pedestrian culture, people are just stepping off the sidewalk. I see it all the time. That's
even when I've had the green light in New York, pedestrians in New York walk across the street like cattle. Even when their light is red, I still stop.
So maybe it's time to go back to the Rudy Giuliani days in New York City and start arresting jaywalkers.
Lord, oh! I can't take you.